Starting in a hole on your season is never fun. There are 9 teams that sit squarely at the bottom of the well right now. 9 teams with an 0-2 record. Since 1990, it's 11.5% chance that you're going to make it if you start the season 0-2. And by make it, I mean to the playoffs. You've got teams like the Ravens, the Bengals, the Rams, the Jaguars. Anybody at the table, Akbar, I'll start with you, feel like you have faith in a team that is winless right now that you think will dig themselves out of said hole?
Well, I'm going to go with a team that has done this before. I'm going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals. I mean, they've done this. They have this history of starting off slow. I mean, going back to 2020, in 2021, they started off 1-1. They ended up making it to the playoffs. In 2022, 0-2, made it to the playoffs. So I think this is something that they traditionally do for whatever reason. But I will say, though, that, they can be more efficient in the run game. This is something, an area that we've seen them struggle a little bit more on this season. They need to create more opportunities. Mike Gesicki, I think they start to utilize him more, especially in that vertical. You have Jamar Chase. When T. Higgins comes back, I think this, to me, allows them to get back into that rhythm that they were used to. They don't have Joe Mixon. That's the one area that just gives me a little bit of concern, like what are they going to do in that run game? Because you need that run game to be able to stretch that passing game.
Listen, you don't get out of 0-2 holes, I think, with players. I think you do it with coaches. And I've said this over and over. I think the best coach in the NFL is Sean McVay, and I will go with the Rams. And I know it's really tough, and they just got absolutely slaughtered by the Cardinals. And the offensive line is hurt, and Puka is hurt, and Cooper Kupp is hurt. They'll find a way. I believe in that coach. I believe in that quarterback. If anybody has the makings to do this, it's a quarterback who's seen everything, a coach has seen everything. I know you hear all the percentages every time, and we just started the segment with him. I think Sean McVay is oblivious to those. I just certainly think he is immune to those. I think that highly of him. And to play the schedule game if you want to, fine. San Francisco this week. Bring it on. Debo's out. McCaffrey's out. Week after that, they're playing the Bears. The week after that, they're playing Green Bay, likely again without Jordan Love. Then they hit the bye. I think they can do it. If I had to bet on anybody, I would bet on Sean McVay to do it. That's my team, the Rams.
Like it, man.
I don't know. I'm usually big on the Rams too. I look at those injuries right now; those are real. Cooper Kupp, Puka Nacua, Steve Avila. Like, I don't know if there's just some magic. They got their butts kicked.
If McVay gets hurt, I'm worried. Other than that, as long as he's here, I got faith.
And I think that's where I'm at. It's like, yeah, I don't know if I could just say the Rams are fine.
I understand.
I don't know if that goose is cooked already. And I would never doubt McVay and Stafford. But when it's McVay and Stafford, and you're looking around and you're saying, who else? It's tough. The Ravens, a lot of people are going to say, well, the Ravens are, they were the MVP, and, Ravens had 2 horrible losses.
Yep.
Horrible losses. That loss to Kansas City was a tough one. The loss to the Raiders was as bad a loss. It was worse than the Eagles last night. You can't give up 10-point lead at home in the fourth quarter. So you start going down these teams of the 0-2, and you're like, well, the Bengals, the team that's played the best that's 0-2 is the Tennessee Titans. They've played the best.
I like that.
They lost that Chicago Bears game. Titans were up on that one.
17-0.
17-0, and they lost. Their defense played really well. And then the Jets, they were in that game too, and they lost. And if there's not a couple, mental errors, so, and that sounds crazy. You're talking about who's playing the best football of all these teams. I think the Tennessee Titans are the team I would go with.
Answer.
Titans.
A brutal start for, if you look at the top of that list, the Baltimore Ravens, because they have to go to Dallas this weekend in a game that I believe we found out yesterday that Tom Brady is on once again. When we look at that list, can we see the list again? Okay, because there is a history lesson that I would like to take you all down here, Peter. There are 3 teams. Look at this list. There are 3 teams in since 1990 that have started 0-2, and I'm going to go real lofty now, that have gone on to win the Super Bowl. It's the 93 Cowboys, it's the 2001 Patriots, and it's the 07 Giants. Peter, just go out on a limb and just a little synopsis maybe of each of those teams and why they did that and how they were able to accomplish it.
All right, 93 Cowboys, Jamie. Happy to ask. Emmitt Smith held out the first 2 games. Emmitt Smith was not in the lineup. They had little Derek Lassiter taking carries. Instead, they go to Emmitt Smith. They get their team back. They go 0-1 Patriots. Of course, the 9/11 year, but so goes down. Brady comes in. They catch heat. Brady goes on this miracle run. The 07 Giants, they had a goal line. They lost to the Packers by about $1 million week 1. Week 2, they're in Washington. And the season's on the way. They had this goal line stand week 3. I'm sorry. They lost to the Cowboys and Packers to start the season. Week 3, goal line stand in Washington. Antonio Pierce, of all people, makes the stop. Giants rally around that. They go on their run. some team needs to make some big win in the third game this week, and it might be the Ravens, it might be the Rams, it might be the Bengals, but like you got to have that rally around us, galvanize us moment. And right now, those teams that are 0-2, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay, Kyle, now I go to you because you always look at storylines. You look at this list. Let's see the screen again because I want to look at these 0-2 teams. Which team, Kyle, do you think has the greatest potential for, oh my goodness gracious, look at the story that's become of this team and now they're in the playoffs?
Oh, the story is the Panthers. If you want the best story, Andy Dalton all of a sudden is on fire and the Panthers win 6 in a row. I think that one for sure. And then I also think Denver. There's the team that everybody's casting off and everyone's making fun of Bo Nix. Just make sure you understand, sports fans, that the lesson Peter just throwing out is you can get to the Super Bowl, provided that during those first 2 games, the all-time leading rusher was not on your team. And in the second one, you get the greatest player in the history of team sports who decides to come in because of an injury. As long as one of those happens, you should be fine, guys.
Yeah.